Welcome back to day 5 of Hypersleep Rest Recovery 2026. 31 days of conscious relaxation with me, Sky, your Kundalini and nervous system guide from the Hyperspace Academy. I'm so glad to be back. This has been starting to be something that I look forward to again every day. I look forward to my own practice, my own meditation, and my own conscious relaxation, but getting to share it is on a different level of enjoyment for me. So I'm really grateful for all of you tuning in now live and all of you tuning in the moment live, in the eternal now if you're watching the recording, because we're still together through the threads of consciousness, connected through the breath, through prana, through the ethers, as it were, and or some people might say we're connected by unbreakable wires. I know those people. I love those people. So today we're going to explore a new technology. That's what hyperspace is about, is kind of just flowing through. We're going to do a new thing every day this week, and then next week we might start building upon what we learned, still adding some new things, but building upon what we learned and maybe taking them a little bit deeper, or a little bit more I think deeper is a good term. A little bit deeper into our own consciousness, into our being, into our ability to navigate the nervous system with whatever state that it's in. And today we're going to work with some breath retention, some holds. There's a lot to be said about breath retention, and I'll probably get into that a little bit more as we go on. But for now, we can just think of breath retention as the pause that we take potentially at the top of the breath with the breath held in, and then again at the bottom of the breath. And so it's this momentary suspension where we're in between breaths, and it actually can provoke a very, very deep state of relaxation, very deep state of meditation. It can also, in the beginning, when you're learning how to hold your breath, as it were, it can maybe bring a little bit of uncomfortability. And so just throwing that out there right now, like if you get uncomfortable with how long we're holding the breath, we're not going to do it for very long today. But as you go forth, if you're introduced to any practices where there is more extended breath retention, and you start to get a little panicky, or you start to strain, and you start to kind of feel like you're suffocating or holding past your limit, go ahead and take a breath. Yeah, definitely go ahead and take a breath. If you feel like you need to take a breath, take a couple of deep breaths and then come back in. And that's really what yoga and these practices are about. It's training the body, training the mind. It's hyperspace training, right? And so as we train, we have to recognize our limits, our capacity, especially for breath retention. And we don't want to, one of the other main things that I'll add for today's practice is you don't want to siphon off the breath. And what I mean by that is I guess you don't want to constrict and hold the breath. You want to try to breathe a deep breath in and then hold the body open. And then I'll introduce some bandhas. They're energy locks, and this helps to bring the energy to different places in the body. It helps to integrate the energy in different places, specifically like the heart and in the third eye, for the purposes of living more heart-centered and living more clear in our consciousness. And so how we do that is we actually use the body to create the locks, straight spine, and we lift from the pelvic floor and the navel, and then we tuck the chin in, But what I mean by, like, if you take a deep breath in right now and then try to hold your breath, you can like constrict the throat and like close the esophagus, and then you start to feel this pressure build. That's not really what we're looking for. What we're looking for is to be able to like suspend the breath. So we take a deep inhale and then just hold the body open. And you can sense that it's a little bit easier, it's a little more still. You might actually have prana, a little bit of prana, oxygen, air, moving through the nostrils still, just with like the pulsation of the heart in those moments. And so there's a lot of different ways that people are taught to retain the breath. And I just want you to be gentle with it today. We're going to introduce a box breath. You've probably done this before in other settings. And the box is inhale, hold at the top, exhale, hold at the bottom. And we're going to start with four count. Inhale, 4 count, hold at the top, 4 count, exhale, and then 4 count, hold out at the bottom. And then we repeat the cycle, and we just go for as long as we're going to go. If at any point you feel like I got this, you can move to 5 count segments or 6 count segments. Try it. And if you need to come back to 4, do that. If 4 is enough, it's enough. We're moving through this and trying to reduce the judgment of our own capacity as well. Because when we're softer with that, we can actually start to grow in our capacity easier than if we're like, oh, like I can't do it, this. So we want to be relaxed in mind too. And we're just going to work with the box breath today. And we'll get going. Let's get going. That's enough talking. I like to spend a good, we'll spend a good 10 minutes probably doing this breath. And like I said, if at any point you feel like you need to like just move to long deep breaths, or you drop into a deeper state of meditation, then do that. If you find your mind wandering away, maybe come back to the box breath, right? And we'll venture inward now. So find your comfortable seat. If you're not already there, sitting up on the edge of the chair or on the ground on a cushion with a straight spine. And if you're doing this laying down on the floor, great. Just try your best to stay awake. Don't get overcome by thoughts, and don't fall asleep. If you do, don't worry, but just try. We're here to just try our best, okay? And I'll invite you to close your eyes now. And once again, become familiar with your inner space. Just drawing the mind inward, letting the distractions, the content of the day fade into gray on the outside, and anchor the mind within. You can even talk to the mind, say, hey mind, it's meditation time, it's conscious relaxation time. Please stay here, focused on the breath. Thank you. I love you, mind. Thank you for being kind and going into the practice with me. And as you start to settle inward, just tune to the body. And notice if there's any soreness or any tightness, any sensations. And do your best not to judge the sensations. Just recognize that they are there. If there's any tension in the body, you can take deep breath. And then exhale, relax. Relax the tension. Relax the legs, the hips. Soften the belly and the chest. Allow the shoulders to drop. We'll unclench the jaw, release the tension in the jaw and the tongue, releasing the tension in the face and across the brow. And just settling in. And shift your awareness now from the physical body to the energy present and your emotional state right now. Again, not judging, just recognizing what emotions are present for you, what energy is present. Emotion, energy in motion. Allowing your awareness to settle in as the observant part. And then shift your awareness once more to the mind, the mental sphere. Notice if there's any movement in the mind or if there's any recurring thoughts. They may be pleasurable, they may be intrusive, you may want them, you may not want them. Right now, just step back from all of them. Stepping back deeper within your experience of the now. And then once more, we'll bring the mind and our awareness to the breath. Just what do you notice about the breath right now, tonight, in this moment? Is it flowing? Is it steady? Is it restricted? Whatever it is, again, don't judge, just observe. And then tune to that subtle pause. It may be subtle, it may be not so subtle, but the subtle pause in between the inhale and the exhale. And then in between the exhale and the inhale. You may add just a moment, a second, or 2 seconds so that you can really start to get to know this point of suspension at the top and at the bottom of the breath. And anchoring the mind to the breath so it stays with the breath. And notice the stillness of the mind as you're observing the pause at the top after the inhale. And then the pause at the bottom after the exhale. And then we'll start to incorporate our box breath here and now. So on the inhale, we'll inhale for a count of 4, and then pause and hold the breath at the top for a count of 4. And then exhale for the same count of 4. And then we'll hold the breath out at the bottom for a count of 4. And then we'll inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold out 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold out 2, 3, 4. And inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. And keep going, counting the breath for yourself. And even inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Trying to keep the eyes steady as you're breathing in the equal segments, keeping the eyes steady behind the closed eyelids, maybe lifted slightly up towards the brow. And keep going. We're about halfway there. If at any point you need to reset and take a couple deep breaths, that's okay. And then come back to the box breath. after your next exhale and hold out, we'll take a deep inhale and a full exhale. And then sit quietly, sit still. Staying with the breath in a chosen point of awareness, the rise and fall of the chest, the heart center, awareness at the nostrils, or awareness in the center of the brain. And we'll close tonight with our 3 cleansing breaths. Keeping the eyes closed, the body still. Take a deep inhale through both nostrils. Then exhale out of the mouth. Again, deep inhale through both nostrils. And exhale out of the mouth. And one more. And you can stay in meditation as long as you have, as long as you're comfortable. Or you can begin to gently wiggle the toes, the fingers, moving the arms, moving the body in any way that feels good. And then you can bring yourself back into the room, open the eyes, and just take another moment. Don't move too fast onto thought or onto the next activity. Take a few moments just to collect yourself and observe the state shift from the beginning to now. Just what do you notice? How do you feel? And if I was to make a recommendation, it might be to get a little breathwork journal going, or a little hyperspace journal. so you can continue to remember how the practices make you feel, if you like them, whether they were challenging, or so you can come back to them or explore maybe why it was challenging. And I'm so, so grateful for all of you here now in the eternal moment with me, learning, training our breath, our awareness, and coming back to a state of peace and equanimity within. We are doing the work. Sometimes it doesn't feel like work, and sometimes that's the most important work. I gotta hydrate, Redeem. Thank you for feeling me, because I needed to hydrate. And thank you for that. Thank you for that gift sub, Tawanku. Thank you, thank you. We'll close out with I'll chant along Sat Nam, sealing in this practice, sealing in this beautiful work that we have done tonight, sealing in this state for more integration of peace to come. If you want to join me, long syllable Sat, short Nam. Sat Nam means truth is me. Truth is my identity. Truth is our identity. And not facts, not information, truth, the feeling of true, what is true now, what has always been true, and what always will be true. The feeling of truth. We'll take a deep inhale. Sat Nam. Blessings, peace, and love to you all. I hope you're enjoying the ride. It'll pick up, it'll get a little weirder as we go on, I'm sure. And by the end of it, we may be a new, calm person. We may recognize we have some more work to do also, and that's okay. Because life is a learning. We're in the Hyperspace Academy is just life. Basically, it's conscious life, right? So I'll see you tomorrow for night 6, and I love you. See you when then becomes now.